Hey everyone, this is Ryan DeGregorio, one of Wyoming Stargazing's program leaders. Thanks for joining me, and welcome to Mind Bending Astronomy. In every episode, we'll share with you, a mind bending fact about astronomy. Today, we answer the question: are there any green stars? Let's first start with a very simple but profound statement: hot things glow. Or more precisely, anything with a temperature emits radiation, or light. Light is electromagnetic radiation. And a good way to think about this is imagine holding a metal poker, like a metal rod, and inserting it into a furnace, a very hot furnace. What you'll notice is that after a while, the rod will begin to glow a deep red. And if you increase the temperature or leave it in there for longer, you'll notice that it changes color. It goes from red to orange, yellow, and white. And a white hot metal rod has an extremely high temperature. But I said anything with a temperature glows. And you and I certainly have a temperature. Our internal temperature is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. But if you were to place us in a dark room, would we give off light? The answer is yes. We do give off light, but it's invisible. It's called infrared light. Infrared light has a slightly lower energy than visible light that we're all familiar with: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And there are also other forms of light, such as ultraviolet and X-ray and radio waves. And Sam has touched on this in previous episodes about light. But we want to get to the question, are there any green stars? Certainly, we know of yellow stars and white stars, similar to our sun. If we look up into the sky, and not for too long, we'll notice that the sun is this yellowish white color. And if you've gone stargazing and looked up, you may notice slight differences in colors of stars. Some are bright blue, and some are this deep red color. Why do they have different colors in the first place? Well, there's something called black body radiation curves. A black body radiation curve tells us what wavelengths these stars peak at. And this is called Wiens Displacement Law. And what it says is that every object, no matter what the temperature, will peak at a certain wavelength. You and I will probably peak closer to the infrared side of the spectrum. And stars will peak in the visible spectrum. That's why we can see them. A deep red star will peak on the red side of the spectrum, something with a very long wavelength but very low energy. And these are lower temperatures than blue stars. Blue stars are hotter. They peak at a higher energy wavelength, blue light. And, what about if a star peaks in the middle, peaks in between blue and red? If we look at the rainbow, the spectrum, green is in the middle of blue and red. So if a star peaks in the green, why don't we see green? Well, it turns out that the curve on the black body radiation graph has some width to it. And if a star peaks in the green, that means it's also emitting some blue and some red light, and a mix of the other colors in between. The result, in the end, is a white light, because white light is a combination of all of the colors. So if you have a good mix of every color, you'll see a white star. And you'll never see a green star. There are definitely blue stars and red stars, maybe even some orange and yellow ones, but not green, since green is in the center of blue and red. And the wave has a width to it. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.